Welcome to Part 2 of DLS's Teacher Training Module, Integrating Technology in Proficiency-Based Foreign Language Instruction. Since Part 1 of this module focused on different ways to integrate technology into language learning, we will now practice the material to review it. We are about to review several different language learning scenarios where students will present an issue they are experiencing in the language classroom. For each scenario, you should identify the student's issues and then develop a plan for how an instructor could integrate technology into the classroom in order to address the issue. Let's look at the first scenario. I've been learning the target language for 4 months, 25 hours a week. I learned a lot of basic grammar and vocabulary from the textbook. Recently, I have started to feel very stuck. Whenever I try to have a conversation with a native speaker, I am stuck due to a lack of real-world vocabulary. I have also found that I can't understand anyone else except my teacher. I want to listen to voices from other native speakers each day. My teacher only uses the textbook, but I want to go beyond. Pause the video while you write down what the student's issues are and develop a plan for how to use technology in the classroom to solve the student's problems. The student identifies several issues that they are having, shown here in red. They feel stuck, they do not have enough real-world vocabulary, they cannot understand anyone besides their teacher, and that the teacher only uses the textbook. How can we use technology in the classroom to help resolve these issues? Using authentic materials in lessons, like audios and videos found on the internet, could help the student learn more real-world vocabulary and become accustomed to understanding other speakers. The teacher could also recommend that the student try an application like Hi Native, which allows students to connect with native speakers. I am a heritage speaker of my target language. According to my teacher and language assessment testers, I don't have grammar or basic vocabulary issues. I'm frustrated in my studies right now because I feel that the classroom conversations are too easy. I've been getting an L3 in speaking for the past 3 years. I want to take my language proficiency to a higher level. Pause the video while you record the student's problems and the solutions you recommend. This student does not feel like their proficiency is improving and thinks that the classroom conversations are too easy. This is another situation where connecting with native speakers might help the student, so you could recommend apps like Hi Native. You could also use Zoom to allow your student to have conversations with other native speakers. You can also use high-level authentic materials to introduce the student to more complex vocabulary and grammar. I want to find a solution to help me better remember new words. My teacher reviews so much important vocabulary in a single class. She writes down words on the whiteboard and has me take notes. How can I master those words by the start of each class? This student has a common problem, learning new vocabulary. In class, the teacher can use authentic materials to increase the student's exposure to new vocabulary and can recommend apps to use outside of class. Duolingo, Busuu, Memrise, and Mango Languages all provide vocabulary and grammar lessons. Quizlet is an application that allows students to create their own flashcards, which might be particularly helpful for vocabulary memorization. I am just a beginner in my target language. I have 2 kids at home and am very stressed with work. While I am a very serious language learner, I don't have much time to do homework every day. Recently, I've been more busy and tired of my commute to class. This student is experiencing another common problem, a lack of time to practice outside of class and a long commute to the classroom. While we could recommend apps to the student that might help them make the most of the time they do have to study, there is another solution that might do more for the student. Switching to a virtual classroom using Zoom, either for just some meetings or switching entirely to virtual classes, could eliminate the student's commute and allow them more time to practice outside of class. It may also make it easier to schedule classes or increase the amount of time the student can spend in class. Now that we have learned about the levels of technology integration and the different types of technology we can use, take a moment to think about the significant ways you plan to incorporate technology into your classroom going forward. Keep in mind, technology will not replace teachers, but teachers who do not use technology will be replaced. Let's use tech-savvy teaching tools. Thank you for participating in the Integrating Technology module. If you have questions about the contents of this lesson, please contact your language training supervisor.